Hey y'all. So since we got the world watching, I want to use my platform for what it can be used for. Okay. Hello, Magnolia. Hey everybody. Let's use this platform for what it could be used for, okay? Let's do it. So right now the world is watching. The world is watching. E. Todd says, question, does Blue ever do a show with updated information about Alexis's family and how that's going? Me and Carl Wilson had dinner last week. And also, E. Todd, I go to Munster, Indiana, and I fight for Alexis Wilson with Cara because Officer Perez is employed there. Okay. Shout out to Grace Levi. We don't talk, but she's on one end helping Cara. I'm on the other end helping Cara. Shout out to Grace Levi. We don't talk, but she's on one end, I'm on the other. Also, I was the only person to cover when Officer Perez was in Oak Forest. So yes, I talk to Cara every day. And happy belated birthday to Cara Wilson, E. Todd. Yeah, I'm still fighting with her. Still fighting with her. I mean, you got any other questions? Let me know. And if you didn't know, E. Todd, while everybody was at the board meeting, Munster, Indiana is only 4 exits away from Dolton. And they chose to show up for the board meeting instead of showing up for Cara. So yeah, Burgundy do real stuff because Burgundy's here in real life. And I'm not here to be for the salaciousness. Will y'all care if Tiffany go to jail after she's unseated? Just asking. Okay. So as I was saying, justice for Christopher Ward, justice for the funnel cake man, justice for everyone who has been slain in Dolton. Someone reached out to me with this clip. I totally forgot about this story because I wasn't really in Dolton a whole lot during this year. And I think it's really cool if we cover it. So excuse me that today might be a little parental discretion, but it's real people here. Despite everybody just want to argue online, see what's going on with Tiffany, talk about her wig, talk about stuff they can't prove, and calling people Tiffany supporters. It's other things going on here, a real life. It's real life going on here, okay? A lot of people have real lives here affected by what's going on in politics. Okay? Okay. Hey, Foxy Roxy, good to see you. Thank you. Okay, I'll check it out. You always send something good. Okay. So everybody that wants to come in the chat aggressively, when you raise your hand if you got to vote, you know what I mean? And that's not a flex. I'm saying check on us in the next year. Check on us in the next year. While everyone was so excited about, we're only excited about getting Tiffany out. But we don't care about the past of Dolton. We don't care about what was going on before Tiffany. This doesn't make me a Tiffany supporter. And if I was, let me tell you this, it's my right to be. Guess that. Catch that. My only thing with Tiffany is she's not proving stuff. And my only thing with the trustees, they're not proving stuff. Nothing's been proven. Okay? And we talk about that. Now, if Tiffany went in there and appointed a police chief after the judge told her she cannot do any other appointments, that's on her. And that's why I would say I cannot be 100% on Tiffany's side. But the trustees being quiet never, I just got to say this. And hello, everyone in the chat before we get there. I want to say hello, Real Magnolia, Wyoming. What's up, my girls? Chavis, happy birthday to your beautiful wife, my fellow Aquarius. And you guys, I just put this in here. Yes, it's my birthday next week. People ask me in my chats if I had a P.O. box. No, you just can send me everything through Amazon if you want to. You don't have to send me anything. You don't have to send me anything. But for those that did ask, I just want to make sure you know, That's what I'm doing, my Amazon wish list. I'm not doing PO box and all that stuff, you know what I mean? So I really appreciate you guys though for even thinking about me. Okay, because yes, we're gonna have a big birthday extravaganza probably the day after my birthday, because I really plan to hang out with my family. So I won't be around on my birthday. Possibly. I don't know if we're gonna do the day before, the day after, because my birthday falls on a weird day and they have their loved ones too. So yeah, that's all. Okay. The real Magnolia, what's up? I said, Wyoming, hello, my boo. E. Todd, what's up? Scott Johnson, what's up? Foxy Roxy, good to see you, beautiful. Who else we got up in here? Lana, what's up, my sister Regina? I love you. I love you. I love you. And everybody here. What? So, you know, all I gotta say is, y'all show me one time Tiffany had a goon and y'all saw it on tape. Show me. Send that to my email, Jaguar. Send me, hey, Miss Asia. Send me one time y'all saw Tiffany goons gooning. Just send it to me. Let me know. Or are y'all hearing about Tiffany goons gooning? The only time I saw anything, if you want to say Tiffany goons, was the fight that happened at Thornton Township when you saw them. When somebody went up there cursing, y'all cheered it on public record. So you know the clerk has to put that in record, right? So y'all cheered it on, yeah. And then a fight ensued. And then that's when y'all want to say she had her goons. But if that was your daughter, your mother, anybody, y'all don't treat her like she's human just based on stuff that y'all heard other people say. And that's my only problem, because I wouldn't even be this way. Remember, I went to Jason's house and said, hey, right now I have a death in the family. Right now I got family coming into town. They came and visited me at the hospital. Everything, invited me to lunch. So I thought I was in a safe space, because I was like, y'all, I thought Tiffany had goons. Child, the smear campaign after me, I'm a nobody. I'm just somebody here in Dolton. Where was y'all at when they said I wasn't registered to vote? Did y'all see it? Could put a 1 in the chat if you saw when they said I never voted in Dolton, I wasn't registered to vote. Put a 1 in the chat. Did anyone see that? That's in the chat. We got 58 people. 64 people. Hit the like button. Did anyone see when they said I wasn't registered to vote? Do y'all recall that? Where was y'all like? Where was y'all at? Like, no, Burgundy been voting since the beginning of time when I pulled my voting record out. Did anybody say anything? Did anyone say anything? Or was y'all cackling too? So my thing is, I'll never be able to change your mentality, because it seems like a lot of people are just angry at life, angry at everything they have going on, miserable. It just seems like you're miserable, because you'll be at your hometown. It'll be all kind of tragedy going on in your hometown, and you'll ignore it, because what? Dolton more important. We got to see what's going on at Dolton. Skip, we in North Carolina, where a boy, and this is a true story, someone stepped to me in North Carolina where a young man was hung. What happened to that story? I thought we were following up on that, where a young man was hung on a tree. Oh, you got to come down to Dolton and see what's going on here, because that's more important, because we got a bad mayor. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Oh no, Sherry, the police not goons, because y'all mad because the one that got $300,000, 300,000 hours a week, y'all upset now because he on leave, right? Y'all mad about that, right? Allegedly, y'all mad because now Skippy was clocking 300 million hours a week on a taxpayer dime, according to y'all. Y'all told us this, right? Y'all told us this. Dane Placco told us this. Now Tiffany put him on leave. It's a problem. Okay. All right. Everybody, make sure you subscribe to my channel. So in about 6 months, you can come back and be like, Berg, what happened to Tiffany? We won, right? Dolton is clear. Tiffany about to be gone. Why is everything so amped up? Why is everything so amped up now? Do y'all ever watch any of Conscious videos when she go over those old board meetings, or Choose Compassion when they go over the old board meetings and they show the trustees and the mayor fighting over money? Y'all don't ever watch that, right? Okay. But I want to go over the stuff that was happening before Tiffany came in town. This is not to defend Tiffany, and I want to be clear. If I wanted to defend Tiffany, I would not be scared too. I just want to be clear with that. My only issue with Tiffany is Tiffany does not come out and speak about what's going on. That's my issue with Tiffany. Other than that, you don't have another trustee. Tiffany was trustee for 8 years. It was at one point, everyone clapped when she entered the room. The only thing that she did wrong was she went back on code. She didn't do what people asked her to do. That's my opinion of it. I don't know. I was in the back rooms. But this is what I want to say to y'all, the listening audience. When they tell you something, ask for proof. Show me. Y'all ask for proof for me. I provided proof. Show me. Okay, so now y'all are in my inbox every 5 minutes. Tiffany beating her daughter. Okay, it got to be DCFS tapes. It got to be something out there, right? Y'all said that to me 8,000 times today. It got to be. Oh no, they don't want to expose the baby. Y'all been exposing the baby the last 3 years. What do you mean? But y'all don't want to see that proof, right? Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Miss Aja said, so is it KP and Dots that are the goons? KP got a bad hip, okay? I don't know about that, Miss Aja. He couldn't goon me. The twins. Keith Price can't stand at the podium. He got a mean haircut, okay? He got a mean haircut, baby. But Keith Price, he can't, and he smells nice. When he walked by, he got like a brisk of, I don't know what it is. Savage or something, I don't know, but he always smelled nice. But Keith Price, he couldn't bully me, and he got a bad hip. It says, so is it Keith Price and Dots that are the goons? Keith Price stood in the background of the fight and didn't want smoke. He didn't make a move. He did not make a move. That's very true. Dots is on the stand testifying in front of anybody he can. They don't seem too scared. But if y'all will believe anything, that's fine. You know? You know? If that's what y'all want to do, beat up anybody that has a difference of opinion, that's what's wrong with the neighborhood now. That's why Black people can't swim in a lake now. You got that? They don't say nothing about the Black people not being able to swim in a lake that's in Dolton, do they? True. Okay. Nobody walking up about that. I forgot about some of these murders, and I'm sorry I got to bring down your day today. We'll do a ride along too, like to pick up your day a little bit. But when y'all met Burgundy Blue, I already had a YouTube channel. When you saw me at my worst, you saw me at my worst. And it's the Patreon people. I'm coming. I got all the paperwork. I'm coming. I did not forget about you. It's so hard for me to balance everything that's going on. That's why I did. Y'all won't find no pictures of Tiffany and me hugging up. The only time I saw Tiffany, I didn't meet Tiffany. I've never met Tiffany. I've always known about her and her walking the streets, like coming through and knocking on doors. And like Tiffany was a trustee, and this is true. Now, if y'all want to lie on her, you could lie on her. But let's say you were at Village Hall and you needed some Pampers for your baby, Tiffany would give you the resources. She was a trustee that could talk to you the longest. And that's from the people I know. One of my neighbor's daughter got pregnant in high school without cameras, without anything. Tiffany brought her mother didn't allow her to have a baby shower because she got pregnant in high school. She is so scared to talk about this, but she still supports Tiffany. She's now an adult. This was, I think she was a sophomore in high school when she got pregnant. And now I think she has to be like 25 or something like that. She's grown. I haven't seen her in a while. But she got I've talked to her, but I haven't seen her. But Tiffany helped her with all the essentials she needed for her baby. Nothing, no money, nothing wanted. She just dropped everything off she wanted for her baby. She's one of the only trustees we saw that was out there. So when I tell y'all we never saw the trustees, we never did. We never saw them. Even during this election time, I've saw Tiffany people when you, because that lady, Miss Linda, she got like this red flip wig. You can see her from across the street. So Miss Linda, she's walking door to door. I seen Tanika Hughes walking door to door, and they're knocking on doors and asking people to vote. And yesterday was the first time I saw Tiffany Henyard signs coming up out. I was like, I had to back. I was on the phone with my friend, and I said, "Wait a minute." I told her, I said, "Wait a minute." I had to reverse. It was a Tiffany Henyard yard sign in somebody's yard, and I was going down a main street, and it was a Tiffany Henyard yard sign on on Lincoln. And I said, "She got yard signs?" I thought she wasn't gonna have yard signs. And you know, you have to be brave. So that's somebody that's like, I don't give a fudge. I don't give a fudge. Because they're on Lincoln Avenue and they put a Tiffany Henyard sign in they front. You know, it's people like, yeah, we'll take the signs, but baby, we're gonna have to put this in the backyard because you don't want the retaliation because Tiffany's not the one with the goons. You know what I mean? So we'll sit up there now. Let's not forget we saw on YouTube. Now this is what I need to see. I saw a Thaddeus Jones sign being picked up out someone's yard last year, and I reported on that. Look, we just report on everything we see, so we don't know. I assumed it was Krigley. I really did, and he picked up the sign. So the description definitely gave Krigley, okay? And you shouldn't be picking up signs out of people's yards. Let people promote who they want to promote, you guys. I ain't see no Trump signs up here. And look who won. Sometimes signs don't matter. So I backed up and said, what the heck is going on out here in that I see Tiff? Well, you guys give yourself a round of applause. Facebook land, YouTube land, all that land, because we got the biggest, they say this every day. We got the biggest YouTubers that give us the best advice, and they're gonna give Jason an interview, and they look over our documents, and this is all they want to say, right? All the time. That's fine. How many of the people here are watching that YouTuber? Yes, the YouTuber might get 100,000 views, right? But how many of those 100,000 views are YouTubers? Conscious might have 100 views. Or Dolton. Conscious might have 100 views. How many of those 100 views are Dolton? That's what matters. So they're using the power of the media to bully the residents, which is why I want to tell you about early voting. And I have that on my page. Vote for who you want to. I'm not telling you not to vote for Jason. I'm not telling you not to vote for Tiffany. And I'm not telling you to not vote for Miss Cassandra. I just want to give you all sides of the story. It's 3 people so far running. In this first race, we have Jason House versus Tiffany Henyard, right? All right. And whoever beats that, then they will run against Miss Cassandra independent. results might shock you. Miss Cassandra might win the whole thing because people tired of this theater. This is a Zeus network reality show gone bad. And y'all just eating it up. Just, ooh, yeah. Oh, yeah, today she did this today. Why don't nothing come out, Simon? It's every week it's something new. Every week it's something new. And y'all like, yeah, Tiffany did this too. Girl, getting up. I was at breakfast and it was somebody that was like, yeah, you heard I know you heard about Tiffany. I said, okay. Oh, you must be a Tiffany supporter because I said, okay. I'm trying to eat my breakfast. I'm not trying to. So, Tiffany, y'all think being a Tiffany supporter, what you think that makes me go off on an island? Or do you think that I still got to pay my taxes? Do you think the IRS is like, you know what? You're not a Tiffany. You a Tiffany supporter. I'm going to charge you twice. Do you think Donald Trump going to be like, since you a Tiffany supporter, I won't charge 25% on your avocados? What do that mean? Y'all sound like 2-year-olds. And it's so weird because it's our elders. It's our elders acting like this. That's what get me. Like, where do the kids go? These are the people that's about to be in charge of the government and y'all letting them? This is scary. Let's look at your comments and I'm going to move on. Now, y'all, look, this is bad. Just imagine these y'all teachers. These are going to be these are people that said they worked in jails. These are people that worked in the county system. These are people that they're letting their real colors show. These are people that said, I want to run for trustee of the public aid office, AKA the township. And they're saying, Dolton, not destitute and you don't deserve anything. The other 16 municipalities, y'all going to let that happen? Tiffany, again, in this chat, tell me how many liquor stores Tiffany brought to Dolton. Every mayor brought a liquor store or two to Dolton besides Tiffany. Every mayor since. One brought more than that. We got a liquor store across the street from the liquor store. We got a bar. You could go to 2 bars. You can go to Secrets, then you can cross the street and go to Mr. Ricky's. You can go to the Sandpiper and cross the street and go down the street and go to Angels. We got bars on top of bars. You got Pablo's on Sibley and Minerva, I think. Sibley and University, I would say. And then you got, just for people that don't know, you got Mr. Rinky's on Sibley and Woodline, 2 blocks from each other. Both of them got fights. When did Tiffany bring liquor stores, poker slots, payday loans to Dolton? When? I'm put in the chat. When did she bring all that? When did she bring that seedy motel that say mirrored rooms $70 and rooms 30 every 30 minutes, $30? When did y'all see on a flashing lights? When you go down Sibley coming from school, across from a grammar school, across from Diekman, it say mirrored rooms, waterbed. When the last time y'all saw a dang on waterbed? You guys, but you know what? That is kind of cool. But when y'all saw a waterbed? when the last time y'all saw a waterbed and they advertising it? Come on, y'all. This was before Tiffany even came here. But Tiffany opened up an ice skating rink and y'all mad. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's get to this video. Your baby getting out the library. Mommy, what's a waterbed? Shut up. Why do I need quarters to use the bathroom in here? Shut up. Yeah, he did. We got nothing but poker, slot machines, smoke shops, and liquor stores. And I remember because I was working at the time, Shaw brought most of the liquor stores because what's his name? Who's the mayor before that? Hart didn't have liquor stores. Shaw came. He changed Panazzo's left and it went to a liquor store. Um, let me tell you, Dairy Queen left. Dairy Queen and White Hen Pantry left. It went to a full-time liquor store. A lot of our corner stores and delis, they left and went to a liquor store, and that was okay. So now when Tiffany go into a place, and this is no shade to the owners of St. Patrick, but I think that you should demand an apology from the board for going on record saying that your place was structurally unsound. Why y'all want to skip over that? Y'all that don't like me, why y'all want to skip over that? They said that at a board meeting. And that was only because Tiffany was bringing this building to Dolton. So then, okay, Tiffany brings the building to Dolton. It's built up. Y'all was mad. Kamal bought the land for what, $10 and sold it for $100,000 or something like that. Y'all was mad about that. He sold the building. That animal hospital was sitting there for years, dead, literally dead. So Kamal and Tiffany, this all they got left in Dolton. It's no way they would have turned their backs on this St. Patrick's. Y'all like, oh, they won't contribute. That's why they want. She trying to shake them down. Y'all heard Miss St. Patrick out her mouth. She like, nah, y'all ain't. She like, y'all ain't gonna lead me into that. You ain't gonna lead me into that. So it's 3 liquor licenses. And again, I repeat, it's no shade to the St. Patrick's. I wish them well. And I genuinely mean that. It's 3 liquor licenses. You guys on my channel called it. You said, Berg, it's the banquet hall and it's the steakhouse that need a license. We just couldn't figure out that 3rd license. And Tiffany said it on WVON. Nobody wants to hear it. She said, well, the name, I couldn't sign that one because it was a different name. And with the judge didn't make her sign it. Y'all skip over all of that. So now we get to the board meeting. What happened, y'all? Put in the chat. What happened at the board meeting? Was it a name change? Put a 1 if yes. All of a sudden, it's a name change brought by Keith Freeman, but y'all used to call him Thief Freeman, but now he good. Give him a round of applause. Okay. Now, I agree with Douglas. Hey, Big Mike, let's say it was going to Douglas. I love, what's the name of that restaurant? Someone else said it. What's the name of that restaurant where you can eat and then get wine? Cooper's Hawk. So Cooper's Hawk is a great example. But Douglas, I have to say, I think Tiffany would have been okay with that. What's wrong? Because it's a lot of, if you didn't know, Chicago has a lot of breweries. We have a lot of Black-owned wine vendors. But if you're going to sell E&J after 2 o'clock, because you know a liquor license, you could stay open longer. That's a problem. That's not upscale. Now, if they're doing something like Cooper's Hawk, yeah, 2 thumbs up. Yeah. If it's something like when you eat, have fine dining, then you like, hey, and me and you eating Douglas, we eating dinner. Okay. And I'm like, oh, Douglas, I'm a lady. Pass the hot sauce. And then you pass the hot sauce and I say, ooh, my scrimps taste good. Can we get a bottle of this wine? I like this wine. I like this Moscato with my catfish nuggets. And then Douglas say, yeah, babe, I'm going to get you a bottle of that wine. And then we can go downstairs and get a bottle of that wine. I'm all for it. And I think Tiffany would have been okay. But if after I done partied on the rooftop, drank, ate a steakhouse, then I go downstairs and I can get 2 shots of Jerk. No, that's not classy. That's not classy. So I'm wondering what happened. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. You love you some scrimps, Scott? Like, oh, Scott, them scrimps good. Hold on, I brought my own ranch. I'm a lady. I drink my 40 with a straw. But then Tracy told me I have to drink with a metal straw. I can't drink with a plastic straw no more. Okay. See, y'all environmentalists. So, yeah. Hey, dear world Christian. You so funny. Hey, dear world Christian. Enjoyed the live yesterday. So this is my whole thing. I think that was the problem, but we amp it up a little more. To me, this is just Burgundy's opinion. You don't have to agree. It's no way. Remember, Ronnie Lewis brought the food for less, right? I think it was like Ronnie and Shaw, because Shaw passed away before it was able to get here. But Shaw brought the Ronnie Lewis, Shaw, I'll do a hyphen. They brought the food for less. But it's in both their obituaries. Sorry if I can't get it right. Then Riley Rogers, he brought the Taco Bell and the cool gas station with the restaurant. He changed it up. But yeah, he brought the Taco Bell. Then he brought Wilma's and stuff like that. That's his restaurant. And then Tiffany Henyard brought the steakhouse. But y'all going to erase that from history. Y'all made sure to erase that Tiffany brought that steakhouse when this is timestamp it happened. Sorry, guys. This is timestamp it happened. Y'all don't want Tiffany to have any inkling with these people. And I think that they're actually great business owners where they're like, man, well, we know Tiffany out. So we got to ride with the people that's going to be in here. And that's what happened. Thank you so much, Big Mike. Gonna correct me. I appreciate it. Thanks, Big Mike, for being here. Actually, Shaw negotiated the food for less to come to Dolton, but Ronnie finished it off. Riley brought the Circle K and Taco Bell. Thank you. I didn't know the name of that gas station. But let me tell you, Big Mike, when I was a kid, that gas station was opening, and it was it was Checkers in there. It used to be Thornton's gas station. And then it closed down. So I guess he revamped it because it was a gas station there with a McDonald's at one point. And then it changed from McDonald's to Checkers. Mm-hmm. What's the difference between a bottle of wine and a bottle of Crown? Lena, I'll call you. I'll call you Friday and let you know. Lana, you so cute. I never had an old fashioned. I heard they're really hard to make. So thanks for that. Ray just said, I don't know, a bigger. Oh yeah. Well, I think Kiana's gonna be the mayor. Y'all, I only say these things out loud so y'all can be like, Berg. Y'all can be like, Berg, you said it. I think Kiana's gonna be the mayor before the end of these 4 years. I don't think Jason will be the mayor for the whole 4 years. Nope. Mm-mm. The plan is to make Kiana the mayor. That's why Jason's so quiet. He don't know it. He doesn't know it. But like I've always said, I think Jason House would be the village administrator and have it hands down. Kiana Belcher is actually on paper. On paper, she's our best chance at. She has a background in political science, criminal justice. She has a background in a lot of stuff, right? So she's our best chance on paper. But they're not gonna listen to Jason House. That's why all these votes for president is happening. They're not gonna listen to Jason House for 4 years. Ain't no way. You can't see Kiana winning? No, I'm just saying when they remember Big Mike Shaw died. Who did they appoint as mayor? Ronnie Lewis he was a trustee. Then when Shaw died, who took Ronnie Lewis' space? His girlfriend, Deborah Green. So I think she would just be appointed. I don't think that she would win via votes. I don't think nobody would vote for her for real. Yeah. I never had an old fashioned. That has dark liquor in it. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think the internet makes Belcher popular, but here it'd be different because I only speak facts. She's great on paper. As a personal person, no. She's not a friendly person at all. She definitely, the vibes you feel are the vibes that are there. Absolutely. Absolutely. Jason House, he just easygoing and a bit sneaky. I said it. Sorry. Said it. But he's professional. So you're going to get that professional, polished politician from Jason House, which is what we can expect. That's what we can expect. You know what I mean? That professional, polished politician. I hope I'm making sense. But Kiana Belcher is stronger on paper than Jason House. And y'all don't even pay attention. Nobody nominates anything but women anymore. Everybody's all women. Have y'all seen a man besides Chris Gonzalez? They only bringing him back. Women out here hate women. They're only bringing Chris Gonzalez back, backing him up because they think they can run over him. Do y'all see them bringing up any men? Hey, we want him to run for no. No. They're not bringing up any. They're not bringing no men, and they don't want no men. Okay, so Jason's out the door. Do you think Belcher's attitude would be any better than Tiff? No. No. Belcher is gonna bully everybody in that room. You talking about Nina Brown? No. Her facial expressions would go crazy through a public comment. Yeah. Jason House needs some charisma. Yeah, he does. You guys, I think Jason House listen to us. Do y'all notice that he be changing his stuff? Like when we were talking about the beard, you don't need all that Beijing. Just let the gray come in. You gonna look like a zaddy. You look what he doing now. And then when we was like, okay, we're gonna need you to do the light with the dark. Y'all saw he switched it up. I think he listened to the blueberries over here. Hey, you guys, hit the like button. 86 people in the chat. I think Mary Obama will have a better chance of winning mayor, to be honest. She tried enough. Yeah, I don't think Jason really wants to. I don't think so. Wyoming, I don't think he wants to be mayor. Is it just me? He does not want. I think it's just that 2-term limit that Big Mike been trying to tell the big YouTubers since the beginning of time. That 2-term limit is the key. That 2-term limit is the problem. Thanks for confirming to the Department of Justice. And that's the problem with Tiffany. She broke code. So what Tiffany should have done, allegedly, was when she became supervisor, she should have just gave Dalton to Jason, right? Then if she would have gave the Dalton to Jason, guess who Jason would have appointed to his seat? Put in the chat. If anybody not driving, because I know sometimes I'll be listening and I'm not driving. I'm driving, I'm listening. But if anybody got fingers, who you think, if Tiffany would have given the seat to Jason, who Jason would have appointed for his seat? No, Ed Steve. Ed Steve would have been back. So Tiffany broke code. She couldn't handle both positions at once. And this is what kind of this is where I have to be in the middle with things. I think Tiffany would have let one position go. But I think Kamal has influenced her not to. Now, when she got appointed, you can't do nothing but blame that on Christopher Gonzalez. But y'all, he, in the words of Trina Downs, he baby Jesus now. But I think that eventually she would have, like, if they would have brought Tiffany in as a position, like, let's say Tiffany would have gave Jason the mayorship and then became over the village administrator or something like that, or the water department leader or the housing leader. As long as she had those incomes, I think she didn't mind. But I think it was too many people telling her to do that. And then she had Kamal. Kamal like, nah, boo, you can handle both. And that's a lot of what happened. This is just Burgundy saying from her opinion. I don't know anything that's happening behind the scenes. So now we gear up to, we're still here. And tomorrow is a special meeting in Thornton Township. And not only are they, it's not about the budget. They don't give a fudge about the budget. It's about employee A and employee B. And that's William Moore and Kamal. If I was Kamal, I would have resigned a long time ago. Just to save my girl image. I would have resigned. I got my own business. I would just resign. I wouldn't have took it, first of all, and I would have stayed behind the scenes, but I would have resigned because no single mayor, even though Harold Washington was single, even though Riley Rogers was single, even though Mayor Shaw was single, nobody want to see a first boyfriend. Nobody do. And here we are. So now she's not even battling just what she's going through. Kamal got to battle what he's going through, and it's just ridiculous. He had a girlfriend, but she knew her place. I know he had a girlfriend, but I mean single. Big Mike, if you didn't know, you single until you married. Okay. You single until you married. Who was that on my chat that said that their governor moved in their girlfriend into the governor's mansion? I thought that was hilarious. And it was true. I looked it up. Some governor moved his girlfriend to the governor's mansion. Everyone was that is so hilarious. No, you single until you marry, Big Mike. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 girlfriends. You're single. You have not taken a vow. You took a vow with your girlfriend. I ain't gonna cheat on you, boo. But no, you single until you married. Yeah, everyone's arrogant. Said 1980s was a different time. Big Mike, is she still with us? But has she got married to this day? See, he ruined her. And I'm gonna tell you why. You walking around here talking about Harold Washington, my man. And now who he didn't marry you. Did she get any life insurance? See, that's what we talked about this channel. That's when you end up in the back pew. I told y'all the story. You end up in the back pew. You don't end up in girlfriends don't sit in the front pew. You go to the back. The family sit in the front. You go to the back. I got to look at Harold Washington funeral and see where her placement was. May he rest in peace. Poor Zuccarelli had a girlfriend too. May he rest in peace. And look at Zuccarelli. Y'all take time and look at Zuccarelli obituary and see how they named the girlfriend. Marry these people, y'all. Marry them. 4:00 tomorrow, dear woke Christian. Big Mike. Big Mike said Bill Clinton didn't have that mindset. He was single even when he was married. You know what? You're right. I can't argue with that. Single, married, only 2. Yeah, those people like, that's my boyfriend. Go to, ma'am, I'm here. I'm here. My boyfriend. Ma'am, go to the 5th row. But I was his girl. Go to the back. Go to the back. Family in the front. Girlfriend in the back. Okay. Don't believe me. Try it. It's crazy. It's only 2 statuses. 4:00 tomorrow, dear woke Christian. Yes, 4 tomorrow. I can't tomorrow because tomorrow, thank you, dear woke Christian. Shout out. Y'all make sure you subscribe to Dear Woke Christian. Thanks for being a buddy. Dear woke Christian, he regulators mount up. Okay. Dear woke Christian is brave. He know the Burgundy blueberry curse, and he ended up being a blueberry. He's a dude berry. Thank you, dear woke Christian, for still supporting a Dolton resident that may have their own mind, a difference of opinion. We appreciate you over here. Can you drop your link? Dear World Christian, we appreciate you so much. And or can one of my mods drop Dear World Christian link? Please subscribe. I appreciate my mods. I appreciate you. And I wish I could, but tomorrow, me and Gardis Watts are doing some Black history, and we're talking about Fred Hampton tomorrow at 5. So we're gonna miss the ruckus of the meeting tomorrow. But another time I will be there. I will be there. And look, Dear World Christian, hold on, charge this. This should tell you something. If I'm in Dolton, I'm missing it. I'm like, child, ain't nobody trying to hear the same people go to the podium. The same, all I ask of you guys, look at these same people. We're gonna do a whole after the election, we're gonna do a whole analysis. See how many people at the podium is working as department heads. See how many people at the podium have position in government, and see how many people at the podium have a job. That's all I ask. Y'all don't have to do nothing else. I came here to dance, and that's it. You see the same people. The same people back to back to back. And nobody think that's weird. So 20,000 people, the same people at the podium. Okay. It's crazy. Thanks, Choose Compassion. Hey, Bookie. Thanks, Scott. What happened, Donna? Hey, Donna, I missed what you said. I just want y'all to just do me a favor. Watch those people that's at the podium, and then when Jason get in, including someone that's super loud about everything, if things don't go, y'all, I feel I told you, watch, I told you I feel bad for Jason. He's definitely in the position Tiffany was in now. He's at the end of that 2-term limit, and he got people rocking for him. The people didn't have to rock that hard for Tiffany because it was in the middle of COVID. And Riley Rogers at that time was telling us to come out and get pizza, even though the governors were telling us to stand indoors. And Tiffany was telling us not to. Tiffany had Governor Pritzker coming out here marching with her. So when y'all going down to Governor Pritzker's house, he don't care. He don't care. Not because he was walking with Tiffany. Y'all that brought Lori Lightfoot in, y'all that brought the feds in. If the feds are here, why are we going to the governor? If Lori is here and we paid her $400 an hour, why are we going to the governor? And I'm not trying to say that in an ignorant way. I'm asking. So what about our state senators? We got what about nobody asking Robin Kelly nothing? Robin Kelly was running up and down these streets when Riley was in office. Where Robin Kelly at? I'm asking. We just skip over them. Thaddeus don't like her. He don't want to be bothered with it either. Napoleon don't like her. He don't want to be bothered with it either. Napoleon said, I said what I said. Napoleon's so cold. You know how cold Napoleon is? And I don't know him personally. But do you know how cold he is? It's people challenging if he live here. He don't got to prove if he don't have to come. He don't have to prove nothing to y'all. Nor do he have to even come to a Thornton Township meeting. Nor do he even have to tell you his plans for Thornton Township. Just, you Negroes better come in here and vote for me because I'm the state senator. Y'all are insane. Y'all are insane. When the last time y'all saw Napoleon Harris at a Thornton Township meeting? Tell me in the chat. Y'all so concerned about Thornton Township. When has he came down to Thornton Township and did something? When has he come to a Dolton meeting to say, you know what, y'all got to get this crazy mofo up out of here? Thaddeus? Chris Clark? What's the other? Robin Kelly? All our state senators, we just Kim Fox. Oh no, Kim Fox, you was marching with Tiffany, so you're not about to do that. I saw a black activist today. A black, I love being black. I saw him make a post today talking about, you remember when Tiffany was in jail? And he got about 8 pictures hanging with Tiffany from the rooter to the tutor. Shame on y'all. Shame on y'all. Everybody jumping on this bus. And nobody want to stand firm. Yeah, Tiffany helped me out. And I'm just saying in general, not me. But nobody want to stand firm and say, yeah, Tiffany, you know, I don't know about that ice skating rink, but she really was about the youth. Or, okay, can y'all show me exactly what Tiffany stole? Or, okay, Tiffany, you need to speak up. Y'all talking about Mr. Larry. Mr. Larry had slot machines in a candy store. Is that legal? Tiffany was trying to shake me down. Sir, you have gaming slots in a candy store. Is that legal? I'm just asking. And y'all talking about, no, Tiffany trying to get money out of him. That's what he has slot machines, liquor in a candy store. Is it zoned for that? But no, it's Tiffany's fault. Okay. All right. I'm done. That's all. But y'all be just listening. No, we don't have somebody block Gardis from my chat. Block mods, get him up out of here. He's talking sense. Choose compassion. Get Gardis out. Asia, get Gardis out of here. Does anyone know what Napoleon is campaigning on? No. No. And I don't hate Napoleon. Napoleon was state senator. I saw no okay. I don't know. I know of him. I know people that know him. Okay, I'll vote for him. Boom. Now he's running for Thornton Township, but he ain't showed up to Nan meeting. Not Nan. And I'm saying that way for real. Not Nan. And did he tell you what changes he want to bring to Thornton Township? But the kicker is, remember the night Tiffany was appointed? Do y'all remember that night Tiffany was appointed? But you can't say nothing about him because then they attack you. Just wait for the attacks, you guys. It's coming. Cause see, I do this. You know what I mean? So it's Burgundy that did this. Hit the like button if y'all in here. You enjoy the content. We have a steady stream. Hit the like button. It's free. This is when you have to do your history, and y'all don't want to hear the history. Tiffany will be reckoned. Choose, get out of here. Let's go to the Lancet Journal, okay? Who was there? Nobody, none of those people that's out here in Dolton, none of them showed up at midnight, okay? None of them showed up at midnight to see who's going to be the next supervisor. But let's go down to how we got here with Tiffany Hilliard. We go right here to the surprise twist with Tiffany Hilliard, and then we go to the votes. And you just go down. I hope y'all can see it, okay? Okay, let me make this a little. There you go. Let me take my beautiful Choose Compassion comment out of there. Okay, so look, this is where we get down. Now, the one that was supposed to be supervisor was Cassandra Elson. If the board wouldn't have failed, y'all need to be mad at this board. Because if she was the supervisor, we wouldn't have these issues, okay? But we go down to number 6. Let me just make this where y'all can see. He had the chance to be supervisor that night. That was just, 3.5 years ago? Jones nominated Napoleon Harris. No one seconded and the motion failed. Not even Gonzalez that's running on his ticket. Nate Fields is doing better with the campaign promises than anybody else. I mean, at least he's telling me what he planned to do. Do you know what text I got? Let me tell you what text I got from you guys. Let me see if I can pull it up. Hit the like button if you can. Support the channel, you guys. Our Cash App is in the corner, and we try to do a $10 goal every stream. Okay. Let's see what we can find about Napoleon Harris. Hold on. Because I'm not a resident, so let me see. I wish that was true. Somebody get me up out of here. This is how they told us to vote for Napoleon Harris in Dolton, which I say he's a popular vote. He has the name, right? However, does he even care enough about y'all to show up to a meeting? He wouldn't even show up for his hearing, which I know why. You know what I mean? That was smart. Bert Olderson is way smart. But he didn't even show up for y'all. But all of y'all looking on the outside, y'all want to be like, yeah, once we get rid of Tiffany, Dalton gonna be saved. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So do you know how they told us to vote for Napoleon at the caucus? Let me bring it up to you. Hold on. Hit the like button, you guys. It says join the Dolton trustees on December the 3rd to vote Tiffany out as supervisor. Meeting held at Homewood Flossmoor Park District. Here's the address. Didn't tell us the time, right? But because they already knew they're gonna lock us out. Senator Napoleon Harris has clearly demonstrated the leadership needed for this position. Please check yes if we can count on your support. He has clearly demonstrated the leadership needed for this position. How? How? That's it. That was what y'all. That's it. So everybody jumped on their phone. Yes, yes. And then you got Portillo's for the night, and you was able to stand in there and raise your hand. That's what happened. Okay, the people that voted yes was able to get on the list and get Portillo's for the night and Beggar's Pizza, and they were so happy. While everybody was outside, let us in, let us in. Wyoming, girl, don't make me come over there. Wyoming, get out, get out. Don't have me come over there. Wyoming, I got my switch. Don't have me come over there. Don't come over here with that bad news. Yeah, ain't nobody. Y'all keep on falling for it. Fall for it. That's a line there. Me too. I actually, Big Mike said they were shouting "Let us in" because they want. If it was an Italian beef, lightly dipped, I think Choose Compassion was out there. Choose Compassion heard they were giving out Italian beefs. I know she was out there trying to get some Portillo's. But when it's the Portillo's buffet, it don't be the same. You got to get your sandwich individually. You can't get that sandwich where you got to fix it, where you got to get the bread and then you put the Italian beef on it. It don't taste the same. You got to have it wrapped up. Mm-hmm. All right, you guys. So that's all I want to say. Like, it's no shade. It's really like, okay, and is anyone concerned about their health? Is he going to come up here and at least say, hey, you guys, I will be your next supervisor, hopefully. And I just wanted to introduce myself in public comment to say hello. And, like, give the Brittany Norwood. Hi, everybody. The family that prays together stays together. You know, give us something, Napoleon. Good Lord. Okay, let's go. Before we get to the ride along, if we could get to the ride along, let's unfortunately I have to dim it down because we were long-winded. So we ended up talking about other stuff I wasn't prepared for because we were chatting it up with Chit Chat.
Can I be recognized, Mayor?
You want to be long-winded? I'm just asking.
I want to talk about let's talk about something that happened. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I haven't had it in a while, raging. Well, he show up at the meeting to lead. Well, he's gonna be at all them. Well, that's true because he can not have to go to the meeting. Because I don't think he'll be state senator because I think Choose Compassion covered state senates have 12-year term limits. And if I'm not mistaken, I think he's at the end of his 12 years. Do I have it right? Choose Compassion. I might have it wrong. Is he at the end of his 12-year limit? 4, 8, 3. Yeah, they have 3 term limits. So 12 years he's done. Because I think Napoleon Harris has been state senator. Oh, he is in until 2027. Okay, thank you. So the days he had to go to Springfield, he will have to depend, much like Frank Zuccarelli, on a rubber stamp board. And who is part of DOTS? Who's part of DOTS? If you didn't know what DOTS was, DOTS is Democrats of Thornton Township. Let's go over there and take a look. So that's him, Thornton Democrat committee man, right? So that's him right here. Look, you could tell right on the side. We don't even have to look. You could tell right here on the right. You could tell that's Kiana Belcher with that white shirt. You could already tell. But who's part of the Democrats of Thornton Township? Right here, who you have front and center. She can never. You got Stephanie Wiedemann. Who's next to Stephanie Wiedemann? Kiana Belcher. Who's next? All these Thornton people. You got what's her name? Nikita Cloud right there. So that's 3 right there. That's 3 people that hate Tiffany right there. Then you got the Harvey. She stay in the news. Colby. She stay in the news. I guess Chris Clark and Colby, and they have a whole situation. But that's this is interesting. Then you got Nina Graham. What happened with Nina Graham? That's in the blue. Remember with Nina Graham, you know what happened then. Didn't Tiffany go to Thornridge over the fireworks and disrespect the elder and everybody? So when you hear all these stories, you see the connections now. You're connected to DOTTS. You connect the dots. You connect the dots. And that's just what it is. It's no shade. Like, it's the same people. It's the same people. For those of you guys that aren't out here, it's the same. Oh, I know this judge. You know what? This judge right here, she be giving. I know her by commercial. I don't know her for real. But her outfits be giving. Okay? Her outfits be giving. We gonna talk some fashion too. Cause y'all know Nate Rogers. They didn't set up here and gave Nate Rogers the wrong case to cover. And I'm gonna talk about that. So it's a monthly meeting member. That was in Homewood. Everything's in Homewood. Remember when the trustees didn't even do fireworks for Dolton and they went out there to Homewood and did fireworks? Do y'all remember that? Or is it just me? Do y'all remember when when Tiffany was trying to bring fireworks to Dolton and the trustees was like, nah. And they went out there to Homewood and did a 4th of July parade. Y'all don't pay attention to none of that. Y'all don't pay attention to none of that. Napoleon Harris, no, he got some teeth. Go on, Napoleon. Go ahead. This is pretty cool. So this is it. He like, I said what I said. I ain't got to come out there and tell you, excuse my French. I ain't got to go out there. He got a beautiful wife. I ain't got to come out there and tell you Negroes nothing but vote for me. Oh, look who's taking all the pictures. Isn't this a coinky dink? Who's taking all these pictures, you guys? Isn't this a coinky dink? Who? Connect the dots. DOTTS. Okay. Let me just shut up. Oh, sorry, guys. End of my caramel frap, my Cheeto over here. Connect the dots. We should do like, that's definitely a read the rainbow moment we need. Coinky dink, huh? Okay. It's only one photographer in all the Southland. it's only one photographer in all the Southland. Go figure. All right. So we're gonna get to something serious. Before we do, hit the like button if you can. Support the channel. Most of our videos are demonetized, and we try to do a $10 goal because we talking about stuff that people don't like us talking about. So the Cash App is in the corner, and we appreciate you so much. Okay. 2021. Okay. Tiffany was not the mayor. However, she was a trustee on the board. That's why she started to stop the violence march. We have to count how many murders happened during Tiffany's tenure, okay, versus the previous administration. It was buck wild out here. It was buck wild out here. And you guys could do your own research. You don't have to listen to Burgundy Blue or lean on Burgundy Blue for that research. You can research this for yourself. It was a fool. People were getting killed every week. And the mayor at that time, Riley Rogers, his way of solving the murders, guess what it was? Put a concrete block in front of the business. And guess what the murderers did? Sat up on a concrete block and had they drink. Like what you thought that was going to do? So Tiffany did a Stop the Violence march. She had Maria Pappas, Father Flager, all the Speaker of the House, Kim Fox. She had everybody come out here and support her. But I want to make one thing clear. This was not the only time she did do that. And I know a lot of y'all don't want to hear that. That's what makes me a Tiffany supporter, because y'all don't want to hear none of the history. You just want to hear what you heard somebody told you that they heard. That's all. You just want, somebody told me, she said, and yes, someone told me, they said. That's all you want to hear. And then that's it. And you know that the audience is so sensitive and will listen to anything. Hey, I'm not knocking y'all. I was looking out my window like, she doing what? She doing what? I was looking out my window saying that until I started looking like, what? And that's when Burgundy Blue became a problem. And I get it. I really get it. Because you don't, one vote, I could flip one vote. And that's doing a lot. You know? Gardis, I'm cracking up. I just saw your thing. Gardis says, I remember there was a war going on with the street gangs. During that time, I called it the war on Sibley because I was told to avoid Sibley as much as I can going to work. Yes. And that was before Tiffany. But nobody talk about that. So that's why I hope you guys come over to this channel. Please subscribe so you can get all corners. So you can watch the other channels and listen to them, but at least listen to something else that's going on. Or research for yourself. Okay. So let's look at this one murder. and I want to do this for the trans community because this was brought to me and I did not cover this story. So let's go from there.
In suburban Dolton. NBC5's V tonight wants answers after her transgender daughter was shot and killed on Labor Day. This happened in suburban Dolton. NBC5's V has much more.
Latrina Banks doesn't know how much more she can take after losing a second child to gun violence in 3 years.
I'm trying. I'm relying on God right now to keep holding me up.
Her daughter, 27-year-old Desaya Monet Smith, was shot and killed at this Dolton motel on Labor Day. Banks described the crime scene as gruesome and believes her daughter struggled with the gunman.
You can tell the struggle was at the door. It was not inside the hotel room.
Banks says her daughter FaceTimed her from the motel room hours before the incident. Smith was with 2 female friends. Banks says they told investigators Smith was too tired to go out, so they left without her. They came back later to find her shot.
Whoever know anything about my baby's murder, please tell.
Banks says her daughter had a larger-than-life personality.
She loved to dress, she loved to party, she loved to cook, she loved to do hair, she loved to take care of people.
Smith transitioned after graduating from high school in 2014. Family embraced her new identity and never imagined her life would end like this.
I really don't know if it was a hate crime.
While the investigation is ongoing, the Dolton police chief told NBC5 there's no evidence that leads to speculation of a hate crime at this point. Regardless of the motive, Banks says no mother should have to go through the pain of losing a child for the second time.
Every day my baby walk out this door, she tell me she loved me. And they took that away from me.
V1 NBC5 News.
It's just too much for one family. I think.
This is Dolton. Okay. So you can let the people say what they want to say at the podium. Some things are true. But this is a side of Dolton that you guys who are rooting for our community needs to see. Why is that motel still in business? Why is Maxwell Street Polish still in business? Why is Baba's, who had multiple killings, still in business? Where was the community standing up for that? We have another one. This is so sad to see. Like it's kind of hard to even before. I feel like I should probably start this live over and do a funnier live. But we're here now. Gotta do it.
We're in Dolton, where you can see the gas station right over there. That is where police initially investigated a murder, an attempted murder last year. What we have found out is on January 25th, one of 3 accomplices turned himself in, and investigators were able to develop leads, and now they have 2 additional suspects here in Dolton that they're looking for at this time. They are putting out the word to people in this community to help them find the 2 additional people. One of them includes the gunman in this case. I was able to speak with a family representative of the victim, and he says that it has been a difficult time here, but without the support of people here in Dolton, they wouldn't be able to get through this.
Breaking now, a first-person perspective of a tense foot chase before a police shooting in Dolton. Late this afternoon, police released this body cam footage from last Saturday's shooting. CBS News' Jeremy Ross live at the Dolton Police Station with more on what that video shows. Jeremy.
And Brad, in the mayor's words, what the video shows is the officers being overly cautious, exercising great restraint after they saw a man with a weapon and began to chase after him.
Drop the gun! Drop the gun!
This is video from last Saturday night. The village of Dolton releasing the body cam footage from 3 officers showing 3 different angles. They confront 19-year-old Carteris Doty. Police say they responded to the call of a man with a gun in the area of Irvin near Sibley. Almost immediately, you can hear the officers yelling at the 19-year-old to show his hands. He instead backs away. Eventually, officers saw a glimpse of a gun and began shouting, "Drop the gun." The mayor telling the media the weapon was later recovered. The commands yelled over and over again, by some measures more than a minute's worth of "show me your hands" or "drop the weapon," before police fired on him. The village saying 2 officers shot their weapons multiple times, adding the officers did so consistent with their training, and that means to keep shooting until the threat posed to officers and the community is no longer there.
The offender clearly had a gun. Our officers exhibited a great amount of restraint in trying to not fire their weapons.
We're just blessed and grateful that our officers didn't get shot because clearly they put themselves in harm on trying to keep the community safe.
Last we were told, Doty was in the hospital in serious condition, recovering. The 2 officers who fired their weapons were put on desk duty, and that is standard practice in a situation like this. Live in Dolton, Jeremy Ross, CBS 2 News.
4 years ago. This is 5 years ago.
Good evening. I'm Erica Sargent.
And I'm Brad Edwards. Akira Boston was supposed to start her junior year at Simeon Career Academy next week. Instead, the 16-year-old was shot and killed yesterday.
Police believe her killer was aiming for someone else. CBS 2's Eric Cox is live in Dolton. And Eric, officers are looking for the person that bullet was meant for.
Good evening, Erica and Brad. That is exactly right. A village trustee tells me that the person Akira was with Tuesday night lied to detectives, telling them he didn't know her. But surveillance shows something different. And now that trustee wants that person to come forward and help catch Akira's killer.
She was never the target.
Never the target, and now no longer here. Balloons floating towards the sky, some pink, others white. Every kind conveying feelings of hurt as they soar higher.
It hurts. It's like a gut-wrenching hurt, too.
Daryl Smith is Akira Boston's stepfather. The 16-year-old was set to start her junior year at Simeon Career Academy next week. Instead, a couple hundred people huddled together outside the school in her honor Wednesday. She was shot twice while sitting in a parked car outside this Dolton convenience store the night before.
I was just praying and hoping that it wasn't true.
The teen later died in the hospital. Village of Dolton trustee Andrew Holmes tells CBS 2 the bullets weren't meant for Akira, but the boy she was at the store with. The gunman saw him and
chased him right to that car 2 feet while she was sitting in the car.
Holmes says the boy lied to detectives, telling them he didn't know Akira, but store surveillance tells a different tale, one where Akira's life was never intended to be taken.
Go back to the Dolton detectives, because you lied and said you didn't know her. Go back to the Dolton detectives, turn yourself in, give them the information on who that shooter was shooting at you, because this baby was never the target.
I asked for a copy of their surveillance, but detectives tell me they're still working to pursue a few leads before deciding to release that. Furthermore, Holmes says that minutes before this shooting, the village board meeting had just let out trustees approving the funding for the hiring of 15 additional police officers. I'm live in Dolton tonight. Eric Cox, CBS 2 News. Brad?
Eric, thank you.
Okay, this is 5 years ago, you guys.
Dalton's family's mourning. A mother shot inches from her 4 young daughters. 2 days after that shooting, this afternoon, that mother died. CBS 2's Jeremy Ross is live in the control room tonight with more on the victim and the ongoing investigation. Jeremy.
And good evening. We know the police are in communication with the family, but not a lot of details outside of that. The family asking for help with this crime and receiving help when it comes to saying their goodbyes.
You have a whole community of law enforcement agents, state police, everyone looking, and you're not going to get away with this.
SWAT teams moved in Wednesday, sparks and smoke in their wake, searching for a shooter, but ultimately not finding the person responsible for hitting a Dolton mother of 8 in the head. The gunshot injuries proving too much for 40-year-old Marcia Bowman Friday. Through a spokesperson, her husband saying,
At 11:55 a.m. will always resonate for the rest of his life. That's when the doctors came in an adjacent room and told him that they had done all they could.
Sean Howard describes the 40-year-old driving home when someone in another car started shooting. She may have been caught in the crossfire when two groups targeted each other, her husband struggling with the death and with the innocent passengers inside the car at the time.
He has begun the process to get counseling for his 4 youngest girls who witnessed this crime.
A total senseless act of gun violence.
All girls 1, 4, 8, and 9.
How are they doing?
Distraught. He had to deliver the news this afternoon to them.
Just felt like we definitely had to get involved.
Early Walker, co-owner of McFarland and Walker Funeral Services,
Early
says they're
Walker.
covering the costs of the funeral and helping with the burial.
If this doesn't affect us, I don't know what will.
And she just had a heart for people, a heart for community.
Described as a pillar of her family, this mom will be remembered as a loving woman as police look for the person or people who caused the violence and a family's pain.
They'll bring these individuals or individual to justice.
A GoFundMe account has been set up to help the family. If you have any additional information, local police would love to hear from you. No one is in custody in connection with this ongoing investigation. Live in the control room, Jeremy Ross.
This was also 5 years ago under Mayor Riley.
We got back to the car, literally, we were still in front. And then by the time we pulled off, they started shooting.
It was so loud it woke neighbors who live near the Sandpiper Lounge at 144th Place and Martin Luther King Drive.
As we were getting settled in our bed, I finally fell asleep with the loud music that goes on constantly. And I fell asleep and I wake up to these gunshots about 1 o'clock in the morning.
The boyfriend showed up and there was some discussion. The action moved outside where there was an argument and shots were fired.
31-year-old Angel Nika Smith was shot multiple times. Witnesses say a second male victim was hit in the leg.
Not
Smith,
at the
a mother of young
Sandpiper.
children from Fuller Park on the south side, was taken to Ingalls Memorial Hospital in Harvey, where she was pronounced dead.
The murder that we had last night has no affiliation with any of the previous murders that we've had in the village of Dolton. It was domestic related.
On August 21st, Marcia Bowman was shot in the head while driving her children home. And less than a week later, 16-year-old Akira Boston was shot while sitting in a car outside a convenience store.
I'm raising my gates. I'm putting shutters on my window and I'm putting lights all around the perimeter. That's why I moved out here, because it was quiet.
The Irvins say they have complained about the Sandpiper Lounge before for loud noise and were worried something like this could happen. Dolton police have identified a suspect in this shooting and are reassuring the public there is no threat to the community.
These are all isolated incidents. So, rest assured that we will get in front of this and that we're asking for all the available resources that we can get to make sure this community is safe.
The Dolton. Let's go to another isolated incident for 6 years ago.
Police are still searching for a man who critically wounded his former girlfriend and her son with a shotgun. Police say the man had been living illegally, squatting for 6 months in a HUD-owned home. So why was it taking so long to get him out? That's what we asked CBS 2's Derek Blakely to find out.
Complaints about the site of the Dolton shootings came long before the shots were fired.
Well, they was doing a lot of things that I don't want to say on TV.
but they was doing some issues that residents did complain about.
Dolton officials say the home is owned by HUD and overseen by Florida-based PK Management, which became aware of a squatter on the property and began the eviction process. But that process can be lengthy. Does that story surprise you?
No, it's not easy to get a tenant out of a unit, and it's the same situation if someone is a squatter.
Attorney Robert Kahn files hundreds of evictions a year for landlords.
The actual eviction process can take 2 to 3 months. The sheriff could take another month or two to put them out. So it could take anywhere from 3 months to 5 months to actually have them put out.
That's because Illinois law gives all tenants extensive legal rights, which advocates for renters defend.
We run into things on the opposite end of the scale where landlords are actually just going and changing the locks on the doors or shutting the heat off, basically forcing somebody to leave without even going to court.
Whether tenant or squatter, sheriffs can't throw anyone out of a property without a court order.
You have to serve a squatter with something called a demand for immediate possession. If the squatter doesn't move out within a day or two, you could file a case in eviction court.
That's only the start, and renters advocates insist that's only proper.
It really does need to have some sort of protocols and rules about displacing somebody from their home.
The Chicago attorney representing PK Management told me he hopes to have a court-issued eviction order for the sheriff by sometime next month. Of course, after the double shooting, it's questionable whether the squatter, identified as a 30-year-old man, will ever return to that Dolton property. Reporting live from the control room, Derek Blakely, CBS 2 News. Erica?
Thank you, Derek.
Now I'll go to some things that's more recent.
Dolton, a deadly shooting outside Menards there. Our cameras spotted evidence markers and empty shell casings scattered around this Hummer and other vehicles in the Menards parking lot. That's along Lincoln Avenue. Dolton police will only say they are actively investigating a homicide.
And we'll go to even more recent. We're going to cover Funnel Cake Man, which I think a lot of people forget about him. And I say that loosely because I feel like people only go after what they can find where it's going to be beneficial, financial, things of that nature. I said what I said. Travaris Davis, he was here as a Thornton Township resident. He was here as a father. When I saw Mrs. Davis rolling out a baby, it didn't even click with me that they had a baby that was just born. A baby that was just born. And he's gone. He's gone. A young couple. So I definitely want to. What happened to Firm Audits? Where is he at? Where I just saw Firm Audits video pop up about Funnel Cake Man. Where's Firm Audits? Shout out to Firm Audits. I haven't seen him in a while over here. I get it. I get it. A lot of people be like, no, this is not for me. Dalton is not for me. Let's see if we got it.
Today, Cook County Crime Stoppers are renewing efforts
This
to
is
solve
2
a
years.
6-month-old murder case in the south suburbs. Volunteers are handing out this flyer for Travaris Davis, affectionately known as the Funnel Cake Man. Back in August, the 41-year-old was shot and killed in Dolton near 155th and Drexel. Investigators are hoping someone recognizes this person of interest. Crime Stoppers is offering $5,000 for any information leading to an arrest.
I want to go to Christopher Ward and the young man. This is 5 years ago. I think I did that one. I want to say justice for Funnel Cake Man, justice for Christopher Ward, justice for Alexis Wilson, okay? Justice for Miss Marsha. All of these people that we forget about in the midst of it, in the midst of what's going on, especially that woman that got gunned down at the nightclub, and then mysteriously the nightclub just disintegrated out of nowhere. But we'll leave that where it's at, because I don't get involved. It's a lot of things going on here. I'm going to play Alexis Wilson's video. That was 3 years ago.
Cam video is both dramatic and disturbing and shows a Dolton police officer opening fire on 19-year-old Alexis Wilson just moments after she drags his partner with the red minivan she's driving.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
The confrontation happened last Tuesday. An employee at Baba's Famous Steak and Lemonade called 911 claiming a woman, police identified as Wilson, was threatening workers with a gun at the drive-thru. The restaurant and drive-thru had been closed for about 20 minutes.
There's a customer outside and they have a gun and they're banging on the drive-thru window.
Security camera footage from the fast food restaurant shows police arriving on scene. Both Wilson and her male passenger are asked to get out of the vehicle. The footage from the officer's body cam shows while the man complies, Wilson does not.
I'm naked. But cover yourself up with that robe or something.
Investigators confirm Wilson was only wearing a shirt and a house coat. The impasse continues for a few more minutes, but as the officer on Wilson's passenger side enters through the vehicle's open window, presumably to take her car keys, Wilson speeds off, dragging the officer. Dolton police say both officers opened fire on Wilson. The shooting ended with the vehicle crashing into a nearby bike shop. Illinois State Police say they did recover a weapon from inside Wilson's car. This as the Dolton police chief expresses his condolences to Wilson's family while calling the shooting an unfortunate tragedy for everyone.
No one wanted this to happen. We don't want to see anyone lose their lives, whether it's a civilian or whether it's an officer. The situation is what dictated the end result.
As the Illinois State Police investigation continues, the injured officer remains hospitalized in serious condition, while his partner has been placed on paid administrative leave.
Is facing a federal lawsuit, accusing her of discriminating against the church. Redeemed Christian Church of God Resurrection Power Assembly alleges the mayor and the village failed to apply Dolton's zoning code by preventing the church from renovating the building it purchased. The pastor said the church needed more space because attendance has gone up. The church has operated in Dolton for the past 10 years. We're waiting for a response to the lawsuit from the village.
And you ask Berg, why was you talking about this church? Let's go to it. Where did Alexis Wilson crash into? Do you know where she crashed into? She crashed into a bike shop that is now a church, and that's the church that's suing Dolton right now. Connect the dots, DOTTS. Connect the dots. And you could go right here. To Illinois Leaks, but you can go also to the Sun-Times. This is the Redeemed Christian Church of Dolton, Illinois. They asked the federal court to make the mayor of the South Suburban Chicago Village abide by the law. Okay. And this is what they want. Let me see if I got the map here of the church. See if this will pull up. No, that's the courthouse. Hold on. Let me see if this will come out for us. We got the paywall right here, but you guys can go to this article. It's the Dolton Church sues the village and asks the village to relocate. That's the same church that Alexis Wilson crashed into. Hold on, see if I can get it. Also, this is the place that sued Cara Wilson as well. She disclosed that on our channel. It's a lot of things going on here that I would have never even thought to look at until stuff just started to come. I'd be like, well, they're saying this about me and that's not true. Let me look into other things they could be saying that may not be true. Or what's going on and how can I connect these things and why are things going on? This is the same church. They bought this building after Alexis Wilson crashed into it and passed on. The same church. It was a bike shop when we were coming up. And I guess the bike shop sold the property, got rid of the property, but they bought that after Alexis Wilson crashed into it. Okay. This is just interesting. Dolton has a lot more problems than anyone could solve by saying Tiffany got a bad wig. It has a whole lot more problems, and I hope you open your eyes and look at all sides of the story. I'm not telling you to vote for Tiffany. I'm not telling you to vote for Jason. I'm not telling you to vote for Miss Cassandra. Vote your conscience and what's for your household. But please know it's deeper than Tiffany got a bad wig and she's sleeping with Kamal. Okay. Now let's go to something a little more light. All right. Hit the one if you're in the chat with me still, so I know you're still here. I want to talk about something a little more light because y'all know we talk about fashion over here, right? I gotta see who's still with me. Hit the one in the chat. Hey, Shauna. I'm sorry we had to get so heavy. Oh, I forgot one thing before we get going. It was one more young man. No one covered his story on YouTube yet. I'm hoping someone does. And we covered it. Look him up. His name is James Yates Jr. And he was killed in front of the barbecue spot in Dolton. But his father is James Yates Sr. And I don't know if that's why they don't want to touch it. But we did cover it on our channel. And I want to say justice for James Yates Jr. as well. Because no one, sorry, y'all. He had history in the dad had history in gang situation, and basically his son was in broad daylight. His life was taken in the middle of in Dolton. So I just want to say justice for him too. I don't know what happened, but I noticed a lot of people didn't cover it, and we did on the channel. Okay, so blessings to that family. So y'all know we talk fashion over here, and hey, Shauna. Hello, Brandon. Mouse Toes. What's up, Mouse Toes? I'm learning my canning stuff. Keith and Scott, everybody. Okay, so let me tell you what happened. So y'all know we talk fashion. And you know by now covering Dolton, we know all the news people that come to Dolton. But one person has been missing. The last time I saw him was, and that's Nate Rogers. The last time I saw him is when we covered those apartment buildings that didn't have heat. But from Dolton, he used to cover Dolton, and he did an interview with Tiffany one-on-one before the caucus. And now Nate, they just took Nate away. So I thought they were mad at Nate.
Call it a high top height.
But let's talk about it. Now y'all tell me, am I crazy or do you see what I see? Let's go to it. So this man, he's on the west side, I think. He had $1 million worth of Nikes. That were in this warehouse, and the feds got him. But let's listen.
A high top heist, more than $1 million in stolen sneakers found in a Chicago warehouse.
Our Nate Rogers is live with the stash, and that includes Air Jordan.
Now, this who you don't seeing. This who you don't seeing. Look at Nate Rogers. Hat matches, scarf matches. What did Shay used to call him? Double breast vest. Nate Rogers get his clothes tailored. You don't even his microphone. He don't want that big old microphone. He don't want that distracting you. Look at how delicate his microphone is. He doesn't even care about the Fox 32 logo. Okay, Nate Rogers is about that fashion. All right. Y'all, I saw Nate Rogers one time outside at Village Hall. And I was like, hey, Nate, you know, you looking good. Scott said he doing too much. Mouse toes, right? So wait a minute. So I said, hey, Nate. He was like, hello, Burgundy. You know, he had his professional voice. Hello, how? I said, looking good. Look, thank you. You know, he had the news voice. Then the cameraman, Tiffany, was walking through the crowd, and the cameraman didn't he like, what the hell wrong with you? Didn't I tell you? He went off. I was like, oh, this ain't his real voice. his real voice. He scared me. He like, didn't I tell you when I walk, you walk? Eat the cake. Eat the cake. I was like, oh my gosh. Okay, so let's look at Nate Rogers. This is who you don't send. You don't send Nate Rogers down there. Okay, Nate Rogers is supposed to be out here covering a board meeting, and this is where he at.
Sneakers found in a Chicago warehouse.
Our Nate Rogers is live with the stash, and that includes Air Jordans. Nate.
Yeah, that's right, Scott and Don. Air Jordans for sure. As you just mentioned, this was no ordinary heist. Cook County Sheriff Tom Dart calling this, quote, a widely sophisticated, organized operation. As you just mentioned, more than $1 million in merchandise. Take a look.
We got Nike involved, the New Balance, and they were able to do their analysis of it. And this is all legit. There's no knockoffs. This is all real stuff. And as I say,
where he get the real stuff at? Wow. And y'all, tell me what channel, when you see Nate Rogers' microphone again, tell me what channel he worked for, y'all.
wildly expensive stuff.
This is 26-year-old Eric Luciano Bautista, now facing felony theft charges. And here's all of the alleged stolen merchandise, including thousands of pairs of retro Jordan 3s and 12s, also New Balance gym shoes. The Cook County Sheriff's crime investigators executed a search warrant at a warehouse located at 15th and Western this past Friday. That's when the shoes were recovered. The Sheriff's office says Luciano Bautista was not an authorized seller. Cook County's crime unit has recovered over $4.5 million in stolen merchandise over the last 9 months. Earlier today, via Zoom, Cook County Sheriff Tom Dart would not disclose where exactly the shoes were stolen from, but he was forthcoming in sharing their store value and even their street value.
Exactly where this was going to go. A lot of the stuff goes online at times. Other times there's an attempt to resell it at different locations. So we're not 100% sure what the end game was here, but I can tell you that this was all legitimate product that was destined for a store that these folks got and were, as I said, going to be selling $1 million worth of this stuff. And if you go online, I mean, like a lot of the New Balance stuff that we got, those shoes are sold out anywhere. So the only way you can go is to try to get them online somewhere. And some of them, individual pair of shoes are going for $2,500.
Sheriff Tom Dart also saying Luciano Bautista did not act alone. It's believed that multiple people were involved in this over the week.
Wait a minute. Nate, like, yeah. About that North Face Gucci coat. This who you don't send down. Look, you don't send me or Nate down to the fashion, okay? I'd be like, yeah. So you got the exclusive Balenciaga bag. Can we chat? Can we chat? Karl Lagerfeld shirts. You do not send Nate down here. We have not seen him. He has not been in Dolton because he's still down here shopping. Nate Rogers, what channel do you work for? Look how little Nate is like. Have you seen anybody else microphone? Who else microphone look like this? Nate is like, it's about me. It's about me 100% of the time. He gives main character energy. And when I tell you he cursed out that cameraman so bad down there at Village Hall, I was like, uh-oh. Okay, he went undercover. Let's see how he looked undercover. We got to look at Nate one more time. He went undercover one time. Let's see. Let's see what he looked like.
Investigate this smelly situation.
Scott Schneider.
And I'm Dawn Hasbrook. Smoking has not been allowed on CTA trains, buses, and platforms for quite a while.
But that isn't stopping riders and passengers say.
Side note, dude right here, is it because he's young? Does he have, like, I know he got to have pressed powder. You got to do that for the news. But that beard, he is really handsome. That beard, the hair, it's really black. Is that makeup, you guys think? He's giving. He's giving. I don't know. The teeth, the contour of the nose, or is that his nose? Man, he giving.
A train smell more like a bar room.
Nate Rogers caught a ride on the CTA to investigate this smelly situation. Nate, tell us what you found.
Yeah, that's right, Don and Terrence. Folks may not be smokers, but if they rely on the CTA for travel.
Look at Nate coat. Y'all not. Okay. Y'all sent him down here for a fashion heist. Y'all could have sent me. You don't send Nate. You send somebody like Regina. You don't send Nate. Nate got all the fashion. Like, this is it.
Travel back and forth. More than likely, they're subjected to secondhand smoke. We got on the red line here a couple of hours ago, and within 10 minutes, we saw at least 5 individuals smoking cigarettes, marijuana, and who knows what on CTA trains and platforms.
I see smoking. I see people passing out. I don't know what.
No square, no square. Just after 5:30 p.m., we got on the red line at Roosevelt and take a look with a cigar in hand. This guy seated right next to me, casually enjoying one puff after another.
Crazy. They smoke, mostly smoke reefer than cigarettes. There's reefer all over the place.
Here it is in plain sight, another man rolling marijuana on the train. Throughout CTA property, the messaging is clear. It's posted on walls. There's digital messages as well, even audio reminders that smoking is prohibited. Still, violators don't care.
Nobody on the train wants to address it. We just kind of cough a little bit of get off and get on another car.
As a CTA rider, we don't really want to be smelling that.
Last year, close to 6,400 citations were issued for folks smoking on CTA property. The year.
Okay. They sent Nate Rogers down there, so we know the shoe's gone. So if Nate Rogers went down there, that's it. He got all the fashion. He does not. Hold on, I got another one for you. Hold on, we got one more with Nate. Hold on. Now, Scott, you still with me? Okay, so Scott, I don't ever feel like Nate be doing too much. I think he be slaying. This one, he might have did a little too much on this one. Just a little tinge. Just a little bit with the fashion. Just a little bit. But Nate be slaying and everything is tailored. His stuff, he goes to a tailor for everything. Look at Nate. Okay, maybe just a little bit. But that's because we're looking at Dane, and then we go from Dane. Dane don't even care that his shirt is dingy. Look at Dane down here at the bottom. He had that shirt since he started. He doesn't even care. Dane is like, here's a tie, here's a jacket. I got quota. Okay, let's go.
This is the only reporter speaking with the owner, frustrated they got hit again. Nate?
This local bar has served the Rogers Park neighborhood for half a century. Right here, same location, this brazen burglary happening in broad daylight. The owner now frustrated. Well, what do you do? I mean,
what do you do? Because that's the big question.
Oh, wow. Inside Canines, a good old pool game, everything needed.
No, Nate put some, look, when Nate, and you know what? That's what I tell people. And I'm a sweatsuit type of girl. I don't know why I have this passion for fashion. Maybe because I feel like I need to lose a couple of pounds or something. But I have a passion for clothes. I love clothes. I love putting people together. It's my passion. But I don't do it for myself. But I encourage people. Dress It don't matter. If you feel like going to the grocery store tomorrow and you want to wear a dress you got in your closet for no reason, wear it. What they gonna say? Wear it. Dress. Look, you are the occasion. Dress. It don't matter. If you feel like just putting a suit on for any reason, going to the car wash, do it. You never know who you meet. And it's also weird. Have y'all ever looked your worst and then saw everybody you knew? Then looked your best and never saw anybody? Nobody. You wouldn't run into anybody. Hair done, everything. You didn't run into nobody. Soon as you got a bonnet and some sweatpants on, here go everybody. Hey, I remember you from high school. Thanks. That's it. Hey, exactly, Erica. Good to see you. Oh my God, a well-dressed man. Yes. Yeah, you never know who you meet dressed. And people that see people dressed up, and it don't have to be dressed up. Put a nice pair of jeans on, a white button-up shirt. Put your jeans on, put a nice button-up shirt on. You'll get men and women. You'll get so many compliments that people be like, where you going? Nowhere. I just got on jeans and a shirt. That's it. And Nate, let's look and see what else we can find on that. So y'all gonna send him. You gonna send Nate Rogers down there to the fashion heist. Why nobody call me? Oh my goodness, they had everything in there. And he's really cute in person. He has little braces on and everything. He has little braces on. He has a little YouTube. Let's see if he got a little Instagram over here. Oh, let's see what we can find. Nate Rogers is live. He's really handsome in person. Let's see. And it's nice when someone cares about. Who has a red belt? Do you have a red belt in your closet? This is a shame. I don't have a red belt. This is really eye-catching. I do not have a red belt. Do you have a red? Can you put a 1 in the chat if you got a red belt for no reason? I don't have a red belt. I don't want to put out. I'm on his Instagram, y'all. We just looking on Instagram. Let's see. Okay. Red is his color. I like those shoes. You should have a casual pair of shoes. Let's see what else he got going on. He got more red. Red is good. Okay. Let's see what he wearing right here, y'all. Nate Rogers is like who's the other? The other guy just stepped his game up. Girl, look at Nate, y'all. What do Nate got on right? What's Scott at? Y'all, I love this look though. I love the way he look right here. Now, I would have put a black turtleneck under the sweater or brown, a chocolate brown. But he looks absolutely amazing. I only want to put black just because of the camera. But in person, it looks really good because sometimes things you do on camera don't look right in person. So like when one time I had to work for Real Housewives and I worked on set one time, and Portia, true story, she put on 3 pair of eyelashes, 2 to 3 pair at once. And it looked really good on camera, but in person, it doesn't look the same. But it looks super good on camera. So it's like TV stuff and real stuff. He looks amazing right here. Y'all, why we talking about Nate Rogers? Let me get off of here because I was just so excited about the way he looked. And I like it. He always brings something different. But the last time I saw him was the caucus. That was the last time I saw him. So maybe he could be like our state treasurer, Maria Pappas. She's our treasurer in Cook County. I'm saying state treasurer. I'm sorry. She's in Cook County. Now she's a dang on treasurer, right? And when you go looking for her, this is what you see. They don't even got a picture of her no more. They took it down because she's not that picture anymore, right? So when you look for the Cook County and we sit in Cook County. So this is what they show us. So like if Scott want to come buy a house here, or Mouse Toes want to buy a house here, this is what they show you when you come buy a house here. That's what they show. That's what they show us. Keepers, if Keepers want to buy a house and you go look and say, let me see what's going on in Cook County, this is what you see. This is our state treasurer. This is what they tell us. But do y'all want to know what she really looked? And she actually marched with Tiffany. She marched with Tiffany. We'll get to that too. But when they show her for real, this is our state treasurer.
We are back on WGN TV Political Report. Some Cook County property owners were in for a big surprise when the tax bills hit their mailbox. Tax bills countywide rose by $614 million. A study by the Cook County Treasurer's Office found some of the biggest jumps are in gentrifying Latino communities on the Lower West Side. Median tax bills went up more than 45%. Other Latino communities like Avondale also seeing taxes go up, while many Black neighborhoods saw tax bills drop. The reasons are plentiful. TIF funds account for some of the increase, as well as schools. The Cook County assessor actually reduced home values last year, but rising real estate prices and appeals granted by the Board of Review have shifted that burden back onto the homeowners. The solution is kind of complicated. Cook County Treasurer Maria Pappas joins me this morning to talk about all of that and more. Madam Treasurer, it's good to see you.
Always good to see you, Paul.
So we start by noting that the tax bills were late. They were.
This our treasurer, dressed like she ready for a Cher concert. Where's she going? Where's she going? This is the state treasurer. So maybe Nate Rogers can be like that, like bring out the fashion. Like he doing that. And as much as it's a state treasurer, I'm not mad. But this is our state treasurer. This is Maria Pappas. And yes, she came to Dolton and marched with Tiffany on the Stop the Violence march. Let me see if I got a picture that I may not. Yeah, you can find her. Hold on. I'm sorry, y'all. My little QR code is in the corner. Take it on down. That's her right there on the right. So you got Maria Pappas, you got Kim Fox, you got J. Mal Green, you got our state speaker right there, a speaker of the House. You got Tiffany Hilliard, you got Father Flagger, you got Chief Collins. Chief Collins is actually Tiffany's baby's godfather, if you guys didn't know. Then you have someone from the state. Then you got Father Pastor Fletcher. He did the prayer for Dolton for a clean house 2025. They're all in a row right here. Got Andrew Holmes peeking through the back. Tiffany brought everybody out. Now everybody don't want to be bothered with her. Isn't that interesting? Okay, before I leave, we'll cover this tomorrow. I want to send prayers to Irv Gotti family. This is crazy. People are saying that Irv Gotti is not responsive after following a stroke. He had a second stroke. And he's had, if you guys don't know who Irv Gotti is, let me put a picture up. I'll put him up right here. And this is what several people are reporting. So Willie D. Russell Simmons, who's still hiding. And they said he's on life support in iHeartMedia. So our prayers, what's that? Murder Inc. That was Irv Gotti, right? Sorry, guys. Irv Gotti was Murder Inc., right? And I remember he had a reality show. So we just pray everything's okay with Irv Gotti, and we'll talk about that tomorrow. This was shocking to hear because he's super young still. And it's really crazy. Yeah, so prayers for Irv Gotti. All right, you guys, y'all have fun. Y'all, I had fun with y'all today. And I'll be back tomorrow. I just want to pop in. I'm getting ready. I gotta go to Bible study. And I just appreciate you guys and your support. If you can, like the video. And also, like I said, we have a $10 goal. Thank you for the super chats. Usually we don't get monetized on these kind of videos. So thank you so much for considering like spending your hard-earned money to donate anything to this channel. I appreciate you so much, because my best part of my day is talking to you guys. So let's keep it rocking. How many days into this freaking election? My God, 20 days. Tomorrow at 4:00, it's a surprise board meeting. If I had to say something, I think they're gonna just fire Kamal and what's his name, William Moore. William Moore gonna be a tough person to fire. Now Kamal probably will be easy. And I don't mean it no disrespect, but William Moore, as anal as he is, he got everything. He writing his diary every night. Dear diary, today at 1:02, I had a bowel movement. Blah blah blah. He got everything recorded. He's gonna be tough to. They're gonna need lawyers to get William Moore out of there. But I don't know if Kamal would be that diligent, because he's in love, hanging out with his girl, thinking that, what's going to happen to me because my girl can't fire me. You know what I mean? So that's what I think is going to happen with that. Now they're probably, so they on paid leave. So like one of my advisors said, maybe the next step would be unpaid leave. That'll probably be tomorrow. They'll probably put them on unpaid leave. But let me tell you what's going to happen, just so y'all know, because timestamp, Burgundy was right. They bringing Lori Lightfoot to Thornton Township, and they're gonna bring her here for an investigation. But they're not gonna bring Lori Lightfoot until after. And I'm sorry I smacked my lip like that. That was real ghetto. I'm sorry. But they're not gonna bring Lori Lightfoot until after the Jason House gets in as mayor, because they don't have any need for Lori right now. But they will need Lori over there in Thornton Township. Now Chris Clark then dropped out, and the twins stopped contesting Napoleon. So Napoleon is a shoe-in for Thornton Township. We got Richard Nolan, who is a Republican, but it would be a shocker if he won. The only way he'll run he'll win is if Trump come down here himself and tell everybody to vote for him, because Dolton loves celebrities, child. They don't care if Trump, they love celebrities. They love Lori. They love y'all making the Dolton people celebrities. That's how the fight's going to happen. YouTube, I said it. Y'all going to be to blame when these people get no more camera time. I saw someone who I like. She posted, she said, she's a YouTuber. She said, she was like, that was a boring meeting. Come to find out, I only like it when it's a reality show meeting. And I cracked up. I said, that's going to be everybody. Y'all only like the reality show. That's why even if Tiffany doesn't come to a meeting, the reality show has to continue to keep y'all engaged, So Lori will probably be there about the end of February, right? Because we don't need her right now. But we'll need her. Yes, Nate Fields is still in it. But my prediction, they're just going to tell Nate to join their team. Napoleon is a lot to run against. And the Dolton Knights have Nate basically in their pocket. So Nate will probably just go ahead and deal with getting a job right now. But a lot of people believe in Nate, So he'll probably just deal with, hey, you're going to give me a good position, pay good, I'll drop out. So yeah, it's no help, but nobody cares. So all I ask the people to, and you're right, Mouse Toes, all I ask the people to do is, hey, you know what? Why don't you check on us in about 6 months to a year? Check on us. Y'all mad because Tiffany said no to stuff. What's going to be a difference if Jason say yes to everything? If Tiffany said no and Jason saying yes to everything, what's going to happen? It's 191 pages on the Village of Dolton website, a packet that all the trustees get every board meeting. And this is the first time they allowed you to get that packet. And nobody says anything about it. It's Tiffany. Okay. That's why I want Tiffany to go away. I want her to go away, see what other people have to say or talk about, see how many people check on Dolton. And only thing's going to happen, everybody going to start fighting each other. That's it. Because y'all made them celebrities. Y'all made all of them celebrities. You know, certain ones. They want to be, that they're like, oh, but if they're not celebrities no more, what would they have? But to expose each other. Remember, Berg said it. All right. Love you guys. We were long-winded today. Hit the like button on the way out. I had fun in this chit chat and I appreciate you. Make sure you pray for Dolton. Just continue to pray for Dolton.
Can I be recognized, Mayor?
You want to be long-winded? I'm just asking.
That cracks me up every time. Who says that? You finna be long-winded. Love y'all. Bye.
Commentary blue. Commentary. Burgundy. Commentary. Comment blue. Commentary. Comment Burgundy blue.